All right, good evening, everybody. If you haven't watched my other video, my Ulta video, I've had some issues this evening, but I'm not going to go over those again. We just want to jump into this and get this going. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, and this is for entertainment purposes only. We did not have any closed trades today. We only had ones that we were adding, positions we were adding to, or we had some new ones. And so we'll cover them as we go over the holdings. And we're going to jump right in. Hopefully, some of you have seen the sort of summary after close today with some of the price action and the total of the shares. The total of the trades. Hopefully, y'all have enjoyed that. We'll see if I continue to do that after this week or not. But we're going to jump into here. We have AIYY closed at 15.24. AI closed at 28.65. And they added to the synthetic position 400 tick contracts, and then we have 410 new contracts with a strike price of $28.50. So it looks like as of close today, because after the FMOC meeting today, this evening, stocks started to go up towards the end of the day. But anyway, sorry, I am tired. And I'll be honest with you, I did start out thinking I could have a glass of wine this evening, but I didn't know I was going to have so many spreadsheet issues, or else I would have to drink coffee. But we have 3 short calls, and they all expire on Friday. And we have strike prices of the $28.50, our new one, $29.50 and $30. The one that we're already over it by 1%. We only have 410 contracts there, and we have 3,700 split between the other 2. So they're not looking too bad there. Of course, we do have the synthetic that we are way under by 18%, but that doesn't expire until next month. You can see over here on the left-hand side a summary of what it would cost us if we closed out that synthetic today. We'll move on to AMDY, which closed at $20.38. AMD closed at $179.73. They added 140 contracts to the synthetic and created a new short call with a new strike price of $185. We are currently below that strike price by 3%. And then we have 3 more short calls, which they all expire on Friday. And their strike prices are $200, $202.50, and $207.50. So those range between 10 and 13% below the strike price right now. Of course, then we have the synthetic that doesn't expire for 2 months. It's also below the strike price by 10%. And then you can see over here that if we had to close those synthetics out today, it would have cost $10.2 million. To move on to AMZ, AMZ closed at 23.03. Amazon closed at 178.15. There were no trades here for the holdings. We have 2 short calls that expire Friday, 177.50 and 180. And then we're right there at those because we're at 178.15. So, and our synthetics looking good. All right, if we move on to Apple, which closed at 17.28. Apple closed at 178.67. We had 65 new contracts for the synthetic and a new short call with a strike price of $180. And then it looks like we already had 2 short calls. Of course, all of these expire Friday. This is why I did this, so I could get them closer. No, I guess I don't have those together. I like to be able to see the stock price too. So, but yeah, we are over those two strikes by 4 and 2%. So, yeah, let's see. And that's where most of our contracts are. But we have a couple of days. That's why when they did this one today, they just did it a little bit further up. Okay, if we go on to Coney, Coney closed at 27.59. Coin closed at 256.88. We had no trades there. And then we have the short call that expires Friday with a strike price of 257.50. And so it looks like we are 62 cents from that. Says that if we close that out today, it would have cost us $10.9 million. That's a lot. $7 a share, even though we're not even at the strike price. All right. We move on to Dizzo, closed at $22. And Disney closed at 116.46. We have no trades to go over. We have a short call that expires Friday with a strike price of 115, which we are over by 1%. We're over at $1.46. If we move on to Phoebe, we have a price of $23.28. Meta closed. It actually made it out of the 400s today, so it's up to 505.52. They added 20 contracts to the synthetics and to the short call with a strike price of 515. So we're 2% below that short call, but then we have a 500 strike price for another short call that expires Friday also, which of course we're above it by 1%. It's $5. And then if we go on down to GUI closed at 17.13. Google or Alphabet closed at 148.74. No trades to go over. And we have two short calls that expire Friday, 143 for 144. We are over both of those, 3 and 4%. JPMO closed at 21.55. JPM closed at 196.33. No trades to go over, and have one short call that expires Friday with a strike price of 192.50, and we're already over that strike price by 2%. So roughly $4 there. Murny closed at $20. Moderna closed at 103.8. And we have no trades to go over, but we have two short calls expiring Friday at strike prices of 106 and 115, and we are below those by 3 and 10%. MSFO closed at 22.80. Microsoft closed at 425.23. They did add 50 contracts to the synthetic and to the 430 strike price for the short calls. They also have short calls of 3 other ones. They all expire Friday. Straight price is $422.50, $425, the $430, which is the new one, and $435. We're going down to Misty. Misty closed at $38.57. MicroStrategy closed at $1,546.52. Let's see, today's the 20th, so in 1 week, and I remember this one is on a Thursday. I'm like 95% sure. Yes, not tomorrow, but next Thursday. The next Thursday, the synthetic with a 950 strike price expires, which we're currently 63% over. Yeah, it looks like that's going to bring in roughly $9.4 million as of right this minute. They have the other synthetic, of course, doesn't expire till next month. And they have two short calls that expire Friday with strike prices of $1,785 and $1,850. And we are currently 13 to 16% below those strike prices. We got Netflix, which closed at 1881. Netflix, that closed at 627.69. They did add 35 contracts to the synthetic and created a new short call expiring Friday with a strike price of 640, in which we're currently 2% under that. Then we also had the short call with a strike price of 630. And so it says 0%, but we're $2.31 from the strike price. If we move on to NVIDIA, it closed at 29.05. NVIDIA closed at 903.72. We have no trades to go over. And we have three short calls expiring Friday with strike prices $960, $975, and $1,020. We are currently below the strike prices by 6, 7, and 11%. OARC closed at $13.17. ARC closed at $50.21. They added 175 contracts to the synthetic and the short call with a strike price of $50. Of course, then we have the other strike price of $50.50. They both expire Friday, and we're right in between both of those with $50.21. If we go down to PayPay, it closed at $18.98. PayPal closed at $65.05. We have no trades to go over. We have the synthetics and the short calls all have the strike price of $65. The short call expires on Friday. And so we said we're at $65.05. So we're right there at it. And then we have SQY, which closed at 24.24. Block closed at 81.46. We have no trades to go over. And the short call expiring Friday has a strike price of $84, and we are below that by 3%. Tesla closed at 15.73. Tesla closed at 175.66. We have no trades to go over. We do have two short calls expiring Friday with the strike prices of 170 and 172.50. We are currently over both of those, and it shows if we had to close those out today, it would cost us $24 million. Let's move on to Zomo, which closed at 18.14, and Exxon closed at 112.99. No trades to go over. We have two short calls that expire Friday with the strike prices of 113 and 115. And we are right at the one, off by 1 cent, and then we are below the other one by $2. YMAG closed today at $20.40, and YMAX closed today at $21.31. Yep, and we're going to end it right there. Hopefully that wasn't too long of a video. But if you want to, see the holdings and trades in depth, this is the video that you would want to watch for that. All right, y'all have a good day tomorrow. Bye.